My name is Darryl Purdy, and I am the cinematics and animation director on Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
We could not be a more unfit group of people.
Sunlord, right?
For the cinematic script alone, it was around 680 pages. It clocks in right now roughly about 5 hours, 45 minutes, just for the cinematics. It was a lot of days in this room, that's for sure. With performance capture, we capture the voice at the same time as the actors are in here acting off each other. What you get is that organic feel of one performance, you know, the face, the body, and the voice all perfectly synced in one, but you also get that natural feeling that film and television have where you have actors acting with each other in real time. Pretty much every time we shot in here, we had between 5 and 8 people. We knew that it was probably going to take a little bit longer to shoot, but it was going to give us a big advantage when it came down to the organic feel of the banter and the conversation.
The most deadly woman in the galaxy just admitted she loves us.
I did not.
You did. You said you were in love with us right after the part about killing your sister.
I said I enjoyed your company.
That is the Catathian definition of love.
Although we're telling a very unique story in our own kind of unique universe, we don't want to kind of disregard the long history of the Marvel Comics or even the MCU. So what we tried to do is walk that kind of fine edge where we found actors that reminded you or maybe felt comfortable, but also had something very unique and had their own take on these characters.
What say we go stop a nutjob cult leader?
Yes.
We're supposed to be a team. Teams don't leave people behind.
When I saw John, I knew he was the perfect fit for Star-Lord. Right away, he just had this kind of like comfort and rhythm that you were looking for the character. Star-Lord is this kind of like smooth talker, great at kind of like persuading people to do stuff.
Drax, bud. Is everything all right?
But also, John had this adolescent mischievousness, but wrapping around a real heart of gold.
My mom, when the Shatari came, she also died for no reason.
Kim, who plays Gamora, when we found her, she had never done performance capture before, and we had her come in and do a shoot in the volume.
Gamora, wait, hold on a sec.
Why? So more children can be sacrificed in the name of Raker's flagged-up church?
Oh, of course not, just
what, Peter?
And then we took that performance, solved it, and put it into the scene to see if it would actually work in the scene. And luckily, because Kim's a rock star, it worked flawlessly, and it remains in the game to this day.
This isn't about Thanos! It's about Nikki, and what men like Raker and Thanos do to girls like her. Like me.
After all this time, you haven't changed.
now have a daughter, apparently.
Nikki is a 13-year-old Kree girl in the story, and we were looking to try to cast potentially close to that age. But the tough thing is, you have to be a very good young actor to be able to carry sometimes the emotional weight of some of the scenes.
You ruined everything! Mom was gonna come in and... All I want is to see her.
We had this young girl come in, Romaine, and she said, hi, 5 feet, whatever, and she goes, 21. And I was like, there's no way she's 21 years old. And she nailed the performance. She could play 13, but she had the gravitas of somebody who had lived a little bit longer. So she also could bring that weight to the emotional scenes.
I need things to go back to how they were, even if it means making the same stupid cake for all stupid eternity. Just the thought that she might come back is better than admitting that she never will, and then it's all my fault.
Casting Groot, I mean, you'd think it would be an easy thing to do. It's actually not. You know you're probably gonna do some type of digital alteration to the voice because it has to be even bigger than most people can go. But that being said, Robert, who plays Groot, the guy is a magician with his voice. Not only can he give you a million nuanced versions of I am Groot, but physically he can embody the character. It's amazing. He just transforms into him. It's wonderful.
I am Groot! Oh, great!
When we're casting characters, one thing we do have to take into consideration is their physicality. For Drax, we did really need somebody who understood physical presence, of being able to kind of intimidate.
When Thanos murdered my family, for a long time I believed that their wasted lives would be redeemed if I took revenge on him.
What was great about Jason, who we found for Drax, was he was a stuntman. So I could talk to Jason on a purely physical standpoint sometimes, where it wasn't about what the character was feeling or the line. It was more like, I need you to try to hit this pose or try to be in this physical space. Now, watching the scenes, I can't imagine anybody else as Drax.
Peter Quill,
Yeah.
I hope your mother found her way to heaven.
Rocket!
Look at what it did! It chewed everything to scut!
Alex, who plays Rocket, right away I knew he was the right guy for the character.
Oh, great.
He had this really kind of scratchy rawness to his voice. He just had an edge to him, which was exactly what we were looking for Rocket.
Luckily, I know a guy on Nowhere has got the parts we need, and he can get rid of that Nova tracker cheap.
There are some days when we're in here where I don't even know how he does it because he talks a lot. I mean, Star-Lord talks a lot. Rocket is probably a very close second.
Hey, that's not fair.
You know what isn't fair, Quill? Being the only one who actually seems to give a scut about the Milano.
I truly believe that what the viewers will see on screen at the end of the day is something that is unique and is a new take on the Guardians, but feels absolutely right and comfortable, which is wonderful.
This is about us growing together as a team, because we are a team. Yes! Hell, we're a family. We're the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy.
PlayStation